The Broncos take Wiggins, take Reisner at 41. Then at 42, they get a quarterback, Drew Lock, out of the University of Missouri, guy who was a 3-year starter in the SEC, threw for 3,000 plus yards in each of the last 3 seasons, 99 career touchdowns. He's the guy that they now expect to be the future of this franchise. Not right away. Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback in 2019, but they probably expect Drew Lock to come in and at least give them an opportunity or give himself an opportunity to be the quarterback of the future for the Broncos.
Well, and I mean, I know you know this when you were interviewing Jeff Legwold just a week or two ago, and he said they don't have their own quarterback in the building. Now they have their own guy in the building. It's not a first-round pick. There's not a pressure to start him right away. And so this situation couldn't be better. This guy's got a power arm. He's got huge potential, but you don't have to rush him. You have Joe Flacco, and John always said he's in his prime, so that's at least, 3-4 years. Whatever you get, that gives Drew Lock time to prepare, and that's I always think of Aaron Rodgers. Sat behind Brett Favre for 4 years. It's the perfect situation. It's the perfect situation, and so especially in Denver where there's so much pressure on that quarterback, this could potentially work out to be exactly what the Broncos have been looking for all of these years, all the quarterbacks they've drafted.
Well, and you think about it, I mean, Paxton Lynch came in and he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Right. Dubbed the successor. There's not going to be any of that for Drew Lock, right? And I like this pick for the value and for where they got him. I mean, he was a guy who, when this whole draft evaluation process started, there were people who thought that the Broncos might take him at number 10. Right. Which I thought would have been too much. I think that would have been a bit of a stretch. But to get him at 42, you end up losing 3 draft picks or 2 essentially, because you had the 52nd pick in the second round. You trade up for that one. He cost you 2 draft picks, but you're talking about a 4th round and a 5th round draft pick. So the value for Drew Lock, I think, is probably right about where it needed to be.
And like you said, you can negate the one because yesterday now it's turning out to be even more of a success moving back to 20 because they got the guy they wanted, Noah Fant, and then they got another draft pick that then they were able to parlay in the deal to get Drew Lock. So far it's really, all the pieces are coming together, and it's kind of interesting. I'm curious, you guys, what do you guys think? Definitely mixed reactions from Broncos country, which there's expected to be, I think, every year. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think so far of who they got? Personally, I like it. They got a tight end, they got a lineman, they got a quarterback. Those are 3 needs, and the quarterback in the sense of a need for later on. So I like how they've gone through this draft, but there's definitely mixed reactions.
You know what I like most about the Drew Lock selection? I had to get that
He's
in.
From?
Right?
Where's he from?
MIZ.
Mizzou.
University of Missouri.
If you didn't know that, that's where Michael Spencer went.
Nobody loves the University of Missouri. The only person who loves the University of Missouri more than me is our photographer, Dave Willie, who's sitting behind the camera chuckling at that.
You know who we're going to have to talk to about this is a Mr. Connor McGovern.
Yes.
Going to have to get his take.
Yeah.
Former teammate.
Connor, former teammate, and it was interesting. Locke was asked, how is Connor McGovern going to remember you? How would he compare you to the guy he's going to see now in the Broncos locker room compared to the guy he saw in the Missouri locker room? And Drew Lock said he's going to see a much different person. He was there when Lock was a freshman, and I think we all know that you grow a lot. And obviously Lock's game has grown. Yeah, exactly. Some of us maybe grow at a slower pace than others. But I think the Broncos are going to be happy with the guy they got in Drew Lock. And the other thing, too, he comes in, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He says it's a king-size Pringle chip.
I didn't know they made king-size
He
Pringles.
expected to be a first-round quarterback.
Right.
And he didn't. And I like guys that play with a chip on their shoulder. I think that gives him a little bit of an extra edge.